The American alligator resides in the lower United States, specifically Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North as well as South Carolina, and Florida, with very few branching out into the southern parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. It is important to cover the differences between alligators and crocodiles in general. Alligators will have U-shaped snouts, while crocodiles will have V-shaped snouts. Their jaws are also different, with alligators showing their top teeth with their mouth closed, and crocodiles showing both top and bottom teeth interlocking when their mouth is closed. Although both will attack if provoked, crocodiles are far more aggressive and will attack anything that moves. Alligators will be a lot more passive and only attack if something gets too close. Crocodiles are also much bigger than alligators, both in length and in mass. The average length of a male American alligator is 11 feet to 15 feet, and the average female is roughly 8 feet to 10 feet. Alligators grow until they die, with a maximum length of roughly 15 feet when they are old. The environment also factors into their size, as captive alligators are larger than wild alligators. This is due to far less movement and food being given to them in regulated quantities. However, the largest alligator ever caught was wild and measured 19 feet 2 inches. It was killed in Louisiana. The largest American alligator ever killed was 17 feet 5 inches and lived in Florida. These states seem to have the largest alligators, although they can be found just about anywhere. They are common in the southern parts of these states. American alligators live in swamps, marshlands, and lakes. Some live in the northern parts due to the fact that American alligators are the only species of crocodilian that can survive such cold areas. They are almost always lying on banks and are in the water only if they are hunting or they want to get away from something. They tend not to go into rivers as they prefer calm water, and rivers tend to have a higher salt count as well. They will nest in clumps of trees and banks during the winter to stay warm. They will also dig holes to use for warmth during the winter. These holes are used by other aquatic organisms during every other season for shelter. They tend to live in the same place for their entire lives, rarely moving to close and convenient places. American alligators are typically dark green, brown, or black in color. There are some albino alligators that are extremely rare. This is due to the gene for melanin. Another reason why albino alligators are rare is because they die much faster due to this white color. Since alligators are cold-blooded, they depend on their environment to keep them warm. Their common colors absorb sunlight, while the albino version reflects it. Cold-blooded animals depend entirely upon their environment, needing to be in hot climates. So, since their body temperature is entirely dependent on the temperature of their environment, albino alligators tend to die more due to the fact that they are reflecting light and thus getting less warmth. American alligators also depend on the environment for their food, eating small fish, birds, and insects when young, then transitioning into large fish, birds, turtles, snakes, and small to medium-sized mammals after reaching adulthood. This is because of their teeth and jaw structure, with the juvenile alligators having small, thin, extremely sharp teeth, which then become larger and thicker due to their jaw becoming broader. Adult American alligators also have a bite force of roughly 2,900 psi, meaning that they can bite through almost anything. For a comparison, this psi is enough for the alligator to bite through a solid piece of steel with ease, meaning that it will go through bone and turtle shells with little to no effort. This jaw, bite force, and teeth are what make an American alligator the apex predator in its region. Alligators will bite once and then thrash their prey around. They will do what is known as a death roll, which means that they spin really fast after biting into something. This will tire out their prey as they try to desperately escape, however they have no chance of doing so. Another thing that makes them an apex predator is their speed and use of their tail. On land, an American alligator can travel a maximum of 35 miles per hour and a maximum of 20 miles per hour in water. Although alligators rarely climb, They can use their tails to prop themselves up and get over medium-sized obstacles like small fences. They rarely do any of this and will for the most part hunt rather slowly, preferring to sneak up on their prey. American alligators are smart and know how to conserve energy, so if an alligator is moving really fast or climbing over anything, it means that it is really desperate for food. They are also smart because they will bait birds using sticks. American alligators will balance small sticks on their nose during birds' nesting seasons. They will then sit there and wait for an unsuspecting bird to fall for the trap. Overall, the American alligators are powerful and interesting creatures that have been on our planet for over 200 million years.